So if you take that on seriously, then you welcome criticism about where you are currently, because it's not actually criticizing the essence of you. It's criticizing a particular developmental state that you won't continue to be, but you will only get to transcend it if you see it. And so then there's this place where it's like, I can look compassionately statement like, oh, wow, I didn't realize I was doing that. That makes perfect sense. Do you have any guidance on how I might fix that? I just asked Peter the other day for guidance on, Peter and I were talking and I said, are there any ways that I've showed up in the Stoa that suck, that seem like they're not that great or helpful? And particularly, there was a conversation where somebody said something to the effect of that I mansplained something to them, and I'm like, do I do that? And it was interesting because I'm like, sometimes I get criticized for saying things that seem too obvious and people already know, and they're like, come on, give me some fucking credit. But even more often, I get criticized for using terms and phrases people don't know and assuming they do know the shit and being like, dude, you have to explain the stuff more. And I'm like, I don't know how to calibrate. I need some help here. So I asked Peter and he's like, well, if you're going to explain some stuff that maybe people know, but you aren't sure if they know, and it is still helpful to clarify because you want to make sure you're on the same page, just preface it every time and say, this is shit you probably already know, but I just want to double check. Sometimes I do that, but after we had that talk, I will do it more now. And so, but I reached out and asked him, right? And continued to kind of ask until getting an insight on it. So this is a real valuable thing, is finding people who you are asking to give you feedback. It's kind of like a guy who doesn't want his partner to give him any feedback on what she likes in bed because his fragile ego wants to already think he's a great lover is actually going to be a shitty lover. And a guy who's like actually seeking feedback will become a much better lover. And so there's this self-fulfilling prophecy either way. If I want to be seen as good, I'll actually be worse. If I want to be actually good, I want to know where I'm not, right? So there's this just like really seek the input. And the last thing I think I can say on this is there was this video that I watched. It was so beautiful. I watched it a little while ago, a couple times. I cried both times.